Here we are for the 5th race of the Zwift Racing League, and this is a pretty brutal one. We've had a pretty string of brutal climbing courses, but this is a brutal sprinting course. So we're on Glasgow crit circuit. We've got, you see everyone pushing right out of the gate because we've got a sprint in about 200 meters. We've got the champion sprint, which is pretty flat sprint. People keep saying it's downhill. It's not downhill. It is, I think most of it is actually uphill, very slightly. It falls flat. We've got that, and then we've got the Clyde kicker. So 2 sprints on each lap. You get first across the line points. So it's really just your position. There are fastest through segment points, which I have no hope of getting, so I'm not worried about that. My main focus is stick with the front group, stay there as long as I possibly can, and just survive the race. That's how I'm going to pick up the most points, even if I'm dead last. If I'm dead last in a group of 30, I'm still getting, 30th place points, and with 60 people in this race, if I'm getting 30th, I'm probably getting around 30 points. If I'm getting 20th, probably getting about 40 points. So, and that's twice per lap, and there are 10 laps of this thing. So sticking with the front group is the name of the game. You can see I'm already not doing great on that. People sprinted really hard on that first one. I'm still sprinting each time to try and stay with the group, but fall off a little bit here. Very happy to be able to come back, and there's not a lot of break between. There's probably a little over a kilometer between the sprint and then the uphill sprint. Now the uphill sprint is pretty brutal. It is a little maybe 4% pinch, and then you flatten out, and then you've got a steep section that goes up maybe, I don't know, feels like 10%. I'm sure it maxes out at about 7%. Anyway, we're coming up to that right here. We're going to cut around this corner, and you can see I'm towards the front, and I'm fine with that. This is not a good sprinting position, but I'm not going to do a good sprint. Again, I'm just trying to stick with this front group. I know that I am going to lose ground to everyone, and I'm just trying to stay as far towards the front as I can. Now, as we make this right, this is when we go up that little 4% portion. I'll probably drop my featherweight in a moment, or maybe I'll wait on that. Maybe I waited a lot this first time. As you can see, as we get progressively through the race, I use my featherweight earlier and earlier. But here we go. This is that real tough kicker part. It cuts right up to, it does go up to 9%, and you really feel it. You can see my watts per kilo are just lower than everyone. I know if I go all out on the sprint, I get dropped out of this group. So I'm trying to balance, pushing and doing decently well, staying with this and just staying with this group. I got like 20th on that, which I'll take as a win. And we're with that front group. That's what matters. So you can see we got tailed off a little bit. I've got to push up this little part here. And I'm not going to kind of showing you this full first lap. Don't worry, I won't make you sit through all 10, but this is pretty much the pattern as we go through everything. I'm sitting with everyone and trying to stay in, and then pushing towards the sprints, and then falling off the back a little bit, trying to come back. It's really just a game of survival. My sprint numbers were not good in this race, but my like 20-minute power was good. So that's really what I tried to do. I tried to stick with the front group. That's how I can maximize my points. I didn't take the bait on the sprints. I pushed it just to stay with the group, but I wasn't doing great. Now you can see on these, I'll slow it down a tiny bit so you can see a little bit better, we're on the front for a lot of these sprints and just doing that same thing. Push towards the front, get the sliding room. I'm in like P8, I think, when we start that kicker, finish in 15th. That's great. That's a total win for me. And then we're with the front group. We don't have to chase as hard to stay with everyone. Now this is only lap 3. This thing felt like it took forever. It really was like a 40-minute race, not too bad. This final sprint, and I'm always pushing up that last little climb, getting to the front here, and then you can see I just get absolutely swamped. Terrible sprint, but I got like 15th. So we're just gonna rinse repeat as much as possible. So we've jumped ahead a bunch here. We're on the 7th lap, and I'm starting to really hurt. All those sprints are no longer really sprints, just kind of me riding a threshold up these things. It's kind of the most that I can do. Still doing the same tactics, starting in front, pushing as much as I can, but I'm just losing it. And you can see here, barely catch on to the back and I'm barely pushing back up. That group rides away, and it is just barely that we're able to get back to this group. So this spells the beginning of the end. Know that the next time that we hit a couple more of these sprints, I'm not going to be able to stick with it, but we are towards lap 8 now. And we're with a group of about 20. Actually, our whole team is in here still, which is great. We're really getting, you're getting 2 sets of FAL points every lap. So we're doing really well. We're sitting pretty, even though I am dying and about to fall off the back. You can see here, we're about to pull into the Clyde kicker, that steep point. I push early as always, but I get swamped like nothing else right here. Look at that. Everyone flies past and it's game over. I give it one last push up this little incline here to try and get there, but that's it. So from here on out, it's all just about keeping the folks who are behind me. My teammate falls off the group in just a moment and we link up, and we'll take these last 2 laps together. Like I said, the team did awesome. We had some real heavy hitters who were getting first, second, third, you know, they were right up there on these sprints, and they were able to keep it going. It's just really impressive. But as a team, we all stuck as far together as we could, and as far in that front group as we could, and having 6 in that front group for that long, that really paid off. We ended up winning the race, and I think we're in first in the league. For reference, we are in the Open Development B2 Indigo League, if that means anything to you. So there we go. We're really happy with it, and kudos to ATP. Did a great job here. We can watch us ride into the finish here, taking down 22nd and 23rd, and yeah, really happy. Great job, everyone.